And shout out to Dante's Boxing Nation.
DBN Nation, of course. Support DBN Nation. You're hearing it from Floyd Money Mayweather.
It's Terrence Crawford, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
This is Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Hi, you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation. Woo! Hey.
If you know, you know. Now, we all know when a fighter is complete, when a fighter doesn't lack in the defensive department, when a fighter hits and doesn't get hit in return, you know what they call that? They call that boring. Because a guy like Canelo, if he gets hit, he expecting himself to be able to hit his opponent. So if you're not there to be hit, then that's boring. Why are you going to run away from Canelo counters? You're trying to make the fight boring? So you're trying to hit Canelo all night and not get hit in return? That's what Canelo was referring to when he was talking about Andre. And it's funny to me, every time I point out Canelo Alvarez doing something wrong, saying something wrong, they get mad at me when they should be getting mad at Canelo. Because I'm going to break it down a minute at a time for y'all so y'all know where I'm coming from. Because the Canelo hardcores, they act like we just hating. Canelo basically said that if a fighter is not vulnerable, then he's not going to fight him. A fighter has to be vulnerable, at least vulnerable enough for Canelo Alvarez to hit him back. If not, it's no challenge. It's no challenge for his opponent because he's just going to be tattooing his face all night. And we all know Canelo Alvarez got a couple more tattoos, so he felt like that's enough. He don't want to get tattooed on the face and start looking like 6'9". So what Canelo Alvarez basically said is that he's not willing to fight the best. And he content where he is. So if that's the case, I don't want to hear Canelo Alvarez or his fans claim that he pound for pound and that he's number one because he's not even close. How you pound for pound number one in the world when you're not even pound for pound number one in your own division? Because keep in mind, Canelo Alvarez, his dream was to be undisputed at middleweight. It never been done before, so as a Mexican fighter, he wanted to accomplish that. However, it didn't take him long to change his plan as soon as he saw who he has to go through in order to become undisputed. It's not about the belts. It's about the fighters who holding the belts, and that's Andre and Charlo. He was like, never mind. You know, he was going a certain route. He made sure he changed that route and go a different direction because on that street he was planning to go to, it was just too much smoke. Andre and Charlo was down the corner, and he like, you know what? At least they could fight each other and kill each other, and I probably could avoid him. Because keep in mind, if Canelo was planning on ever fighting these guys, he would have at least said, you know what? Build y'all profile. How about Charlo and Andre fight each other and unify, and then I fight the winner? He could have easily said that. But Canelo Alvarez never planned to fight these guys, and he been ducking them since 154 when they were champions, and it's been 5 years now. And he's not planning on fighting them anytime soon, probably never. That being said, let the Canelo Alvarez fans tell it though. Canelo, he not fighting these guys because they boring. Like I said, as soon as a fighter shows no vulnerabilities or less vulnerabilities than others, guess what Canelo does? He automatically ducks that fighter, cancels him out. And Canelo Alvarez came out and stated that the Gennady Golovkin third fight will never happen unless they pay him $100 million because he got nothing to prove against Gennady Golovkin. He already beat him twice, or the second time. So that being said, he wants Gennady Golovkin to do more. But it's funny to me how a fighter that's ducking calling out another fighter for ducking. Canelo Alvarez is calling out Gennady Golovkin for ducking Andre and Charlo, and he telling him to do more. Like, fight these guys, man, before you come to the plate. So people could be interested in the trilogy match. And Gennady Golovkin like, oh, hell no. I'm going to fight Deveryachenko and rob him. I already went through life and death to get that belt. And you want me to go the Andrade and Charlo direction? Absolutely not. Gennady Golovkin looking to fight an unknown fighter that I never heard of, right? And they actually working on that. Meanwhile, Canelo Alvarez pretending he want to fight Andre Ward. And when he got asked about Andre Ward, he like, man, I ain't moving up another weight division. Even though it's the same weight division he about to fight Kovalev at. But when you fight a real fighter like Andre that's not washed up like a Kovalev, then, oh, that's another division though, right? He not a Rocky Fielding. Andre Ward is as close as you're going to get to a Floyd Money Mayweather. However, he claims that he learned from that Floyd Mayweather loss, that he want to avenge that loss, but doesn't want to fight an Andre Ward. He claims that he a better fighter than when he fought Lara. But he don't want to fight an Andrade who's not going to run. Who's just going to stand in the middle of the ring and outbox him. But he's just too good. He don't show no vulnerabilities, so he boring. He hits and doesn't get hit. He boring. I want to hit somebody. Yeah, it's okay for them to hit me back, but at least I want to hit them in return. That's what Canelo's saying. And he don't want to fight Charlo because that's just too much smoke. That being said, that shows that I'm a prophet almost. Everything I've been saying is true. Canelo Alvarez over here ducking, but it's funny when he calls out another fighter for ducking, when he's doing the same old thing. Canelo Alvarez mad at Gennady Golovkin for ducking Andrade and Charlo, but he not mad at himself for doing the same. He told Gennady Golovkin, you can't duck them, but I can, because I earned my spot. You know who I fought? My first 50 opponents? Literally nobody. You know who I fought for the first world title at 154? I fought Ricky Hatton brother. I made him move up from the 147-pound division, and I moved him up to the 154-pound division, and I fought him for a vacant belt. That's why I could duck. I'm allowed to duck. I earned my spot. Like, Canelo Alvarez, you're not Floyd Money Mayweather. Like, Pretty Boy, in his early stage, he was calling out everybody, including Oscar, Sugar Shane Mosley. All these guys was avoiding him. Floyd Mayweather chased these guys to 154 till he became money made by defeating Oscar De La Hoya. Then Sugar Shane Mosley came knocking on the door after knocking out Margarito, the so-feared welterweight, right? The cheater. And guess what Floyd does as soon as Sugar Shane Mosley calls him out? He fought him and beat him up for 10 rounds easy, right? So there's no comparison between Canelo Alvarez, who's calling out another ducker for ducking when he's doing the same old shit, and a Floyd Mayweather who wasn't silver spooned and fought on an undercard till he got famous on pay-per-view. He had to get it out the mud and get it the hard way, and he did it for a decade till he earned his spot, being pound for pound for years, then became a pay-per-view star. And unlike Canelo, he still fought the best coming off their biggest win. That's how Floyd Mayweather made a lot of money on pay-per-view, because he always fought fighters coming off their biggest win and fighters that had a chance some way, somehow. The public made it seem that way. Meanwhile, Canelo Alvarez, he ain't trying to fight nobody that has a chance of beating him. And I don't even know why I'm comparing him to Floyd, because that's disrespectful. If you compare Canelo Alvarez to Floyd, it's so disrespectful. Because if you praising Canelo and discrediting Floyd, man, you are a casual fan. I mean, Floyd Mayweather at age 37 in his 5th weight division beat up a Canelo Alvarez 12 rounds to none. You know, if you flip and if you reverse that, and Floyd Mayweather was at his natural weight class 130 and Canelo Alvarez was moving up 5 weight divisions, that's his 5th weight division, and Canelo was 37, Floyd Mayweather would have knocked him out in like 2 rounds max. So, like I said, let's compare him to Errol Spencer, Terrence Crawford today. These guys call each other out. Meanwhile, Canelo Alvarez ducks the best, while he out here calling out duckers for ducking when he's doing the same old thing. He out here ducking, but he's going to call out other fighters for doing the same old thing. How you even justify that? How you justify ducking, but call out another fighter for ducking? That don't make no sense to me. Like, that don't even add up. That being said, man, drop your comments on Canelo Alvarez. Man, ain't this embarrassing? Just to say that a fighter that could beat me, he's no challenge. Because he's going to hit me and I'm not going to be able to hit him back. That's not fun. Man, subscribe below. Be on the lookout for my show, Split Decision. Best believe Canelo Alvarez will get fried on that show. And be on the lookout for Dante's radio show. Man, we got things coming for y'all. So subscribe below if you're trying to get smarter by the minute. If you're trying to get dumber by the second, don't listen to these casual fans. Forget subscribing though. How about click on the notification bell to get notified every time we go live or upload a video? Because sometimes when I post a video, if you only subscribe, you're not going to get the video, most likely, because there's so much material on YouTube. That being said, click on that notification bell to support the movement, the Aki movement, the DBN movement, and follow Lunatoon Boxing in the description box below. All these links will be in the description box below. And to be continued on the next episode of Aki TV. Peace, and we outie.